You have to kill the head vampire.
You're the head vampire? No, I'm the head vampire. Mom? Well, I do have a life outside this house, you know.
Hey, virgin. Oh, virgin. I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through. I didn't know how lost I was till I found you. I've been
Hey everybody, and welcome back to What the Hell Happened to Them? A title fight is brewing. That's right, this season, Eddie Murphy versus Jim Carrey. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill, and joining me on the line is Count Jokula.
Thank you. Does that mean I'm like the Count of Jokes? Did I overthink it too much?
Maybe you're the Baron of a joke-based cereal.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yes.
I don't want to be the one who is the ruler of all the jokes. No thanks. Too much pressure.
You would just be a lord over the jokes. You wouldn't, rule them. You're not the king of jokes.
Absolutely not.
And on the audio boards is Lev Van Rensselaer reminding me to remind you that you can email the cast at whathappenedtotthemcast@gmail.com. All right, Joe, what movie are we doing this week?
We watched...
No, actually, Joe.
Oh,
Why don't
shit.
you let me handle it this time?
I'd love for you to do this. What did we watch this week?
Well, we watched a movie about a young man who attends a high school and gets bitten by an unnatural creature and has difficulty adjusting to all the inexplicable changes his body goes through afterwards. That's right, we're watching Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. No, of course we're not watching that. Jim Carrey's not in that. Joe, what movie are we doing?
I just realized we are going to be watching a superhero movie with Jim Carrey relatively soon, the 10-year span of this. So thank you for reminding me about that. And also yesterday, for some reason, in some parts of the world, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man did play in theaters yesterday.
It was playing over here. Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit. Why wasn't it playing over here?
I thought it would there's the art theater near me, and they were like, every Monday for the next 2 months, we're going to do all Spider-Man movie in a row. Okay. They had it was I don't know, Spider-Man Festival or something. I'm surprised that other theaters were doing it too.
There are 2 live-action ones that I care to watch in the theater again,
yeah.
And that's it. 1 and 2, that's it. I want to see them again. I want to appreciate them as an adult.
If you can get here by next Monday, you can watch the second one.
Sounds impossible, but I would like to wish.
All right, what movie are we doing?
We watched 1985's Once Bitten.
What's your less accurate plot synopsis?
A vampire countess needs to drink the blood of a virgin in order to keep her eternal beauty. It seems that all is hopeless until she bumps into Mark Handel. Mark Handel!
Yeah, I would have called the movie Fast Times at Hotel Transylvania.
Lump it back in with Sandler. That's right.
Go into the Sandler. And Judd Hirsch. No, what's his name? Mike? No, that's not. Who's the guy from last week?
Who's the guy from last week? Eddie
who's
Murphy?
The cop from No. But he's got the 2 cop
Judge
friends.
Reinhold?
Judge Reinhold, yeah. Sandler and Judge Reinhold merging together.
Judge Reinhold, not Judd.
Full on 80s, where they're like, everybody's having sex. What are we gonna do? Lady, go find a college D&D club. It's fine. They're out there, I promise.
What's up with Jim Carrey's filmography so far?
What are you talking about? Finders Keepers really paying off here.
Well, I mean, the gem, the gem. Just his, the vibes of his characters in all these movies. Also, he's not that young in this. He does not look young enough to be in a high school student. He looks.
Yeah. So do the people, and I know what you did last summer, but everybody got over it.
I agree. But
what I found odd was that this, again, maybe thanks to Finders Keepers, I don't know. This was Jim Carrey's biggest role, and yet it utilized his assets the least, which I thought was odd.
Yeah, he does one De Niro impression, though. Did you catch that?
They sneak in a De Niro impression.
Really brief.
They sneak in a De Niro impression, which almost feels like he threw that in himself for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And also, like, some of his dance moves are very, like, using his body very well in a very Carrey-esque liar manner.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, yes.
But outside, maybe he gets like a vampire thing every now and then. But usually it's just like he could have been. That's why I think it was Finders Keepers. Because like, oh, look at this Midwestern aw shucks kind of kid. Innocent and boring. Let's get him here to be our everyman. But let me tell you something, Hollywood. If he's your everyman, it sounds like not everybody's having sex, so probably isn't this big crisis you think it is.
Oh, coming, Matt. Coming to Hollywood.
80s Hollywood is just driving me crazy. Go on.
Let's see here. Kathleen Turner was considered for the role of the Countess. There are so many. I wouldn't call them like gigantic stars, but they're like names. Morgan Fairchild. I would have felt
bad if Kathleen Turner felt the need to do the movie.
Yeah, Morgan Fairchild turned down the role.
She's like, no, I can't have time for this crap. I have to do Pritzi's Honor, a real awards getter.
It's Pritzi's Honor year. Oh, God. Didn't she get nominated for... No, that was Angelica Houston. The year before, she's hanging out with Douglas in the Jungle. Let me tell you, Michael J. Fox was the original choice for the role of Mark Kendall. I think he was a little busy doing a movie called Back to the Future.
Yeah, it sounds like their first options were all taken. But I think that would have been good casting. I'd buy that.
Yeah, no, he definitely plays more high school-like.
Yeah, that too. Mm-hmm.
Jim Carrey just looks like a loser. I'm sorry. He's got lots of loser vibes. Like, hasn't moved out of his parents' house yet. Like, vibes. Like, just like, didn't want to go to college. That's the vibes I'm getting from his character.
I believed him when he said he was in college. And then I was weird. It was weird every time we went to the school and I go, this all feels like high school.
No, it is so high school. His friends are more high school-like.
Yeah, they were stuck in that live in-person Tinder place. Had 3 virgins you could have picked from, lady.
Did that place really exist in the 80s? Do you think places like that? That's wild. That shit is wild. Like, call up on the telephone. Hey, over there. Would you like to go on a date? What? It's insane.
But not at all insane to just swipe left and right based off of a photo. It's fine.
I mean, but you're not, like, in public doing... Like, I mean, I know people do that in public probably, but, like, it's not like... I can see you.
They actually do it at a bar. You've now just made it. Everybody knows what they're doing there. You're not there at a bar trying to have a good time and someone bothers you. You're there and you want to be bothered and everybody knows you're all on the same page, you know?
I will tell you, if I were doing this in my early 20s, I would be so intimidated and I would be like, what? This is the worst idea ever. Like, this is terrible.
Yeah, but we're also not going to bar cruising for chicks. We wouldn't do that.
I'm just going to keep listing people who were up for the role of the Countess. Cassandra Peterson.
Don't know her.
TV horror hostess Elvira is what she's better known as.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. But feels a little on the nose.
It's very on the nose. Fucking Kathleen Turner. She wouldn't take this. She's a huge star at this point. Are you kidding me? This movie also just plays like, I mean, it's definitely like, besides Finders Keepers, which I would never really consider a real Jim Carrey movie. That's a special guest star like Mike Murphy had.
Strategic guest star.
Strategic guest star, thank you.
Yeah.
This movie looks like it cost $10 to make. Sometimes, right?
It was directed as if everybody was paid $10. I will say that.
When they're in the parking lot and like the cars are bouncing up and down and there's like feet sticking out of one, the feet are like, they look like sticks with feet on them. Like, so silly.
That's the props department. Yeah, you know, I was seeing jokes in the movie. I was hearing jokes in the movie, but it never felt like there were jokes in the movie.
Yeah, no, I didn't really laugh.
But this is also how I felt during Finders Keepers, and you liked it a lot. Though, I will admit...
Rude. Finders Keepers is a masterpiece.
At least in Finders Keepers, when I wasn't laughing, I was like, yeah, that's amusing. But here, I just wasn't laughing.
Are you really telling me that none of the last set piece where they're on the truck with the house worked for you at all? Like, I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm like, that was so funny.
Now, maybe if you threw in the William Tell overture, maybe it would have worked, but I don't know.
Well, this movie did cost $3.2 million to make. Box office-wise, in the United States and Canada, made $10 million.
Hey, that looks good for Jim Carrey.
That does. Hey, I was like, weird.
Even though he's not the quote-unquote funny part of the movie.
I mean, he's supposed to be.
I don't think he is. He's like the straight man.
You don't think so?
I think the situation is supposed to be funny.
Okay.
But he himself is not doing funny things. He's like, jeez, Rick, why you got vampires coming at me?
Okay, I got that. I got what you were doing. So this movie came out after Halloween. About 3 weeks after Halloween.
After the movie Halloween? Oh, after the holiday Halloween.
Yes, in 1985. It came out in November.
Hey, that feels like a terrible idea. Good work, losers. What the fuck were you up against in October? You couldn't slip this in.
Like, I don't understand that. The movie was filmed over the course of 45 days in and around Los Angeles.
Wow.
That seems like a lot of time.
45 days?
You'd kill for that right now, right?
Okay. Jeez.
For this?
I just remember Richard Kelly in the commentary to Donnie Darko being like, yeah, we had to shoot this all in like 3 weeks. And that movie's 2.5 hours.
That's a good movie. That's my hot take.
What?
It's a good movie.
I still like the movie. You know, it's not the whatever brilliant, deep, philosophical treatise high school students would think, but they're not getting exposed to a lot of good cinema anyway.
I know. You just have to wait a couple more years and you'll get Southland Tales.
The director's cut of Donnie Darko is a fun movie.
Yeah.
If you wanted to try to pitch me on a superhero movie, you could pitch me on Donnie Darko. Oh. Quiet superhero movie.
Yeah. I like looking at it, and it's right before the huge superhero craze. It's a year before Spider-Man.
Snuck in, nobody realized.
Very interesting. I like that take. Well, let me tell you, toward the end of the film, when Mark, Robin, Russ, and Jamie... Do you know all those characters and who they are?
I'm presuming Robin's the girl.
Yeah, Robin's the girl. Yeah, his girlfriend, Robin.
And then there was, those two guys.
Yeah, Russ and Jamie.
Like, I don't know who the cops' names in Beverly Hills Cop, but I'm like, it's Eddie Murphy and those two guys.
Yeah, Judge Reinhold and the other guy.
Yeah, your main character usually has those two guys. Or the villain will have, like, those two guys. You know, in Hercules, James Wood has those two guys.
Yeah, are trying to escape the Countess's mansion. Russ and Jamie stay behind in an attempt to stall the vampires. They are last seen being seduced by two attractive female vampires. Their ultimate fate was never revealed. I guess we'll just have to figure that out on our own.
I watched through the credits. I thought like maybe they'd cut back to that somewhere in the credits at the end of the movie. Like they were vampires, but they were cool with it, you know, because they got laid. I think the thing is implied. During that chase, they get to that final area and they're like, oh no, we got to bar these wooden panels so they can't come in. And I'm like, guys, you just saw them smashing through bricks and jumping up through concrete. Some wood panels aren't going to hold them, people.
Jim Carrey was 23 when this movie was released. Karen Hopkins was 27.
Wow. She looked good. Or he looked bad.
I think he grows into his body. Because he doesn't...
Yeah.
I think Jim Carrey in the 90s is, like, handsome for, like, a big comedy star. He's got a handsome, I don't know, aura around him.
He's not your fat, schlubby Kevin James type.
I'm not your ordinary guy.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for having the courage of something I couldn't say.
Yeah, I'm happy to take him down.
Yeah, 23 though.
I mean, I thought he'd be that because we know like when he got started and what his age was then. But I wouldn't have guessed was that old.
No, 27. What are you doing in high school? Get out of there. Test audiences had such a positive reaction to Karen Coppins for her portrayal of Robin that her image was inserted into the film's poster at the last minute. Wow.
She puts out. She's awesome.
With the coffin bouncing at that point. Yeah. At the end, that's the big beat at the end.
The big reveal. And it was nice of the vampires at then to be like, "Oh well, guess we're done now." Let's talk about the problematic scene as a portent of other problematic scenes.
You go on.
Well, I guess there's two, right? There's the first one where somebody's doing the Woody Harrelson from anger management thing.
Oh, yeah. No. Awful. Terrible. Doesn't work. Not funny.
But, like, the real issue is the stuff in the shower when everybody's running out and they're like, F alert, you know?
Yeah. Oh, God. Stuff that just... Who thought it was funny?
Here's the real problem.
Yeah.
She and Jim already are afraid that he's a vampire. So why doesn't she just go... And Jim Carrey's character, Lampshade, did this afterward, but why doesn't she just go to him and be like, hey, what's going on with your inner thigh? Or just like, hey, roll up your shorts a little bit and let me take a look. Like, this didn't have to...
Yeah.
It didn't have to go that way in the shower. And even those two idiots could have been like, hey, Jim, you got some bites there? Like, you're all on the same page at this point, you know? Hey, Jim, I just found at this bookstore that I actually think I've been to here in L.A. I just found in this bookstore this picture, and if you have these two marks there, it means you've definitely been bit by a vampire. Which we already can pretty much assume because we can't see your reflection in a mirror. But instead of doing that, she has to go this extremely awkward and roundabout thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, for a movie that's sort of ostensibly complaining and opining about how much sex is happening right now, it's her modesty that actually overcomplicates things, and her sexual deviousness saves the day. It's a pro-sex film.
Yeah. I also thought you were going to mention the... could be interpreted as a potential, like, date rape scene with Jim Carrey when he's getting turned into a vampire, where she just kind of drugs him and then takes over his body.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, men complain about that far less because they're all like, yeah.
Terrible. Terrible. It's all terrible.
I am joking, audience. But yeah, men are gross. That's my take.
It's a good take to have.
Men are gross, but also date rape at any gender is wrong.
Yes.
What the hell happened to them? Podcast does not condone date rape. Yes, Lev, I've said the thing. Get off my back. We do not condone it. All right, you're all happy?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, with the exception of Finders Keepers, this is one horn filmography.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. What's going on?
Yeah, looking back, well, not a Club Med. Well, no, because he does try to have... No, he doesn't have sex with her. He does a weird chic thing and gets her to have sex with her boss.
Mm-hmm.
But he's trying to have sex with all the women, right? He's using his impressions...
Yes.
To have sex. I've already forgotten these movies. Oh, Sex and Violence, Murder Out. Oh, you know what, Joe? You're onto something here.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Whereas Eddie Murphy's like, I will be your box office savior.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy just struts on in and he's like, what? Hit after hit? Let's do it. Yeah, and I'll do Best Defense too.
Oh, yeah, I heard of those Ghostbusters. I stepped on them. I took that year.
Beverly Hills Cop, The Frozen Empire. That movie ain't coming out, though, so I guess they're having the last laugh over the Ghost House.
I told you.
What?
Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley's coming out this summer.
Oh, jeez. What? Oh, man. For real?
For real. On our favorite destination to go to watch movies.
Tubi?
Netflix. If Tubi got the rights for Beverly Hills Cop, send it on
Paramount
over to
Plus
Tubi.
has all the other Beverly Hills Cops. They don't have this fourth one. Netflix somehow got it.
Netflix has... It's weird because Netflix did the Dolomite Is My Name, like Eddie Murphy comeback, like rated R comedy movie. And then Amazon kind of like was like, swoop! Now we're doing the Coming to America sequel. He's in like a Christmas movie now. And then he's got
back at Netflix,
Amazon, I think.
Well, I look forward to America talking about that for a week and then completely forgetting it exists.
You think they'll talk about it for a week?
That's how it used to be.
I feel like that's a weekend, and that's it.
Used to be, yeah. You used to get a week of Stranger Things or a week of Bird Box, and now I guess you get nothing.
Terrible.
Yeah, good work, Netflix. You've diluted your brand.
Yeah.
That's sort of record time, too, right? That's like 5 years.
Yeah, and they've also, like, diluted their brand with HBO properties now. They have, like, 6 Feet Under and Sex in the
Listen,
City on there.
that's just Zaslav being a dummy over there and whatever, screwing the pooch on his brand, whoring it out, so to speak. Where's Batgirl, Zaslav? Put up the bat signal, Lev. Where's Batgirl?
You keep saying Batgirl, and I know you don't give a damn about Batgirl, but I would really actually like to see Coyote versus Acme, the Will Forte movie. That's kind of like the...
Well, the scuttle's been coming out on that it is up for purchase from distributors if they are wanting.
Yeah, it's up for $80 million, though. Who's going to want to pay that?
No one's paying that. You, HBO, shouldn't have paid that much, you idiots.
I don't think they did.
What? Oh, you fucking
I think
fucks.
I think they paid 60 for it, and now they want a little extra profit. And I'm like, you know what?
You still shouldn't have paid 60 for
but
it, you
do
idiots.
you know how you get a profit? By putting it out of the fucking theater. That's how we used to do it.
Yeah, I don't think that movie would make that much money, though. Like, that should be a $25 million movie. $60 million. You people are high over there. Good
Budget
Lord.
was 70. That's worse.
You own the rights to the fucking characters. What do you think? How is it costing you that much?
I really want to see it.
You don't pay your animators anything. What the fuck?
We're talking Will Forte. We're talking John Cena. Come on.
I mean, Will Forte, not a huge box office draw, you know?
What could have been with MacGruber?
What could have been?
MacGruber's great.
Okay.
MacGruber.
Movie has click syndrome, lazily linear dreams to conveniently guide characters through life's quandaries.
Click syndrome.
Yeah, and at the end they're like, "Stay back, vampires! We have this fire." And the vampire's like, "Oh no, fire!" And I go, "Yeah, I'm afraid of fire. What? Brilliant idea, guys."
Another point that disappointed. I'm like, yeah, everybody's afraid of fire.
Was the secretary lady from Twin Peaks in this for like half a second? Did you see her being the secretary lady of the high school dance?
Oh, I must have missed that. Oh, that's a bummer.
I don't know if it was her, but it sounded like her, which is my only way of telling.
I'm gonna look it up.
Another high school movie where everybody is improvising a dance, and yet it's all very impressively choreographed.
I don't know her name.
You just gotta like Google Twin Peaks, look for a blondish lady.
You know what I'm gonna get? Fucking Laura Palmer.
Yeah, all right.
Blondish lady on Twin Peaks.
I guess now Laura Dern.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of them. Lauren Hutton, who plays the Countess in this. Have you seen her in anything before?
Nah, I don't think so, but I'm sure you'll prove me wrong.
That you've seen? I don't know. I've seen her in a few things. But that's just because I've completed the filmography of Paul Schrader.
Paul Schrader was like, "I really loved you in Once Bitten. Please come on and do some of these movies."
No. They were probably like, "We liked you in American Gigolo." With Richard Gere. She's the second lead in it.
Well, now I'm looking up Laura Hutton, who's also a model. I spelled Laura wrong.
Lauren.
Yeah,
Lauren.
Lauren. She's 80. Wow.
Yeah, I know she's supposed to be older than Jim Carrey because she's supposed to like try to take his youth.
Falcon Crest. Yeah.
Oh, and she's in the Robert Altman movie A Wedding, which I've also seen, which was
Well, don't
pretty
forget
good.
about Nip Tuck, one of your favorites.
She's in Nip Tuck. I mean, that doesn't wait.
Probably
oh
not
my!
a lot.
I think I know her episode
Yeah.
because she would have been a lot older by then in like 2004 or 5. Yeah, no, I think I know exact. Oh, and she's got a really tough one because I think she's dead. I think she's the head on the tray when they're trying to get their licenses renewed.
Well, that is a crazy callback you could pull there.
Yeah, no, I used to watch that show a lot.
Here are her top films: American Gigolo and Once Bitten. So, seems to go down pretty quickly.
Damn.
Oh, and also Zorro the Gay Blade. I won't lie, looking at the poster, I can't tell which definition of the word gay they're using, quite frankly.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know that was referenced in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. That is the movie that Bruce Wayne goes to with his parents, where his parents get killed in the alley. They go see Zorro the Gay Blade.
You could have picked legitimately any movie. You could have made up a movie. Why did you have that on the marquee?
I think it's because it would make sense to when Ben Affleck was a certain age, so it
Okay, but it would really only make sense.
I know.
In the era that we're watching.
You want me to bring logic to Zack Snyder movies?
Just make up a fucking movie. It doesn't matter.
She's in Burt Reynolds' Gator. Have you heard of Burt Reynolds directing the movie Gator?
I think we have talked about it on this show.
Oh shit! Why don't we talk about it all the time? It's on Tubi. Sounds like we got to watch it.
I don't remember why we...
Emergency Gator episode. I'm adding it to my Tubi.
You know, if Jim Carrey really wanted to seduce the girl in the beginning, he should have been having his ice cream truck take a page out of Julia Roberts and blast that Shining theme out of it. Ooh, baby. Instead of whatever, Peter and the Wolf or whatever it was doing.
The ice cream truck. That's, that was strange. He sells ice cream?
Yeah, it also felt very perfunctory. Like there was like one or two things where it mattered, and other than that, maybe they thought like, it's funny, they're driving an ice cream truck. Get it? And they go like, what? No.
It's also like not, I guess, comfortable to be in an ice cream truck when, you know, trying to impress a lady.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was the joke, but like
I guess.
when they're trying to like get comfortable in the car and they can't because it's all cramped and stuff, but like cars just do that anyway, right? That's the sort of pain in the ass thing about cars.
That's true.
And it seemed like he didn't even work at the ice cream place. He's just borrowing it from his pals.
Also true. Yeah. Yeah.
And then she found out he cheated on him, but like only 3 people know.
Yeah.
I don't think his friends ratted him out. How did she find out? But also she forgives him near instantly. Odd.
Yeah, it's very high school in that way though, because you're mad at someone and then you go down the hall and you're like, it's okay. We'll get over it. It's not the end of the world. Probably won't be dating you by the end of the week anyways.
And it seemed weird the production designer and costumer put so much effort into all the other vampire minions, but they're rarely seen, and half the time when they are, they're just wearing suits. Like, it didn't matter. Like, they could have been anybody.
Those vampires at the end, when they're just like, they have their plastic fangs in, they've got like they get the Eddie Munster like Widow's Peak like caps on, and they're all like, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, no one else acts like that. Why are they doing that? Like, she's never like performed like in front of him like that. Like, she's not like doing the like stereotypical vampire things.
It was also weird because she's like going to bite him, and then the woman comes over with the cross and she's like, get away. And then the evil lady backs up, but then she's just like, oh yeah, the crosses don't work on me. Well, why didn't you?
You've seen too many movies.
Why didn't you back up then? You like just could have bit him and be done with this. It didn't have to be hard.
But you also brought up the fucking point with the fire. Yeah, everybody hates fire.
Yeah, like, oh no, he's got a gun. Vampires are afraid of guns.
Oh, dear Lord. What a stupid movie.
I did get a slight chuckle out of, they're chasing Jim Carrey throughout the whole place. A vampire, like, punches through a door, and the woman's like, I have to replace all these doors, you idiot. See if it's unlocked first. I enjoyed that moment, because I thought that as they were, like, tearing up the whole place, I'm like, you guys still have to live here afterwards. Why? And then she got mad at them, too, so I was like, all right, at least the Countess and I are on the same page. All right, well, that was a movie we watched.
That was a movie we watched.
I guess let's check in on in our title fight segment. All right, we're a couple years into each of their careers, Joe.
Yeah, we are.
Who's winning the fight so far?
Well, I'm kind of a little torn here. I think Eddie Murphy really is really running away with it right now.
Yeah, in the first 2 rounds, Jim Carrey has not come prepared at all for a boxing match. He is getting slugged left and right. He cannot keep up. Eddie Murphy with one heavy punch after another. A slight miss with, was it Best Defense? Yeah, Jim Carrey ducks and weaves a little bit around that.
Yeah, because he's got finders keepers. A hidden gem. I will say it till the day I die. A great movie. I have now purchased.
Jim Carrey's shoulders get a little more poised, and he's like, I'm a lead in a movie now. I got Once Bitten. And just when he's about to throw that Once Bitten punch, Eddie Murphy goes, boom, Beverly Hills Cop. Sorry, sucker.
And he's like, who's on top of the box office now?
Then the bell mercifully rings. Jim Carrey crawls himself back to the corner, and we'll have to see how things happen in the next round. You got any last looks, Joe? Any last looks?
Oh, last looks. I'm trying to remember. Does Jim Carrey do any more monster movies?
Well, does he play Robert De Niro playing Frankenstein?
Is that what I'm doing with my day now? I've put that movie off way too long. Kenneth Branagh's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yeah, you go Frankenstein into Gator, right?
Well, that sounds like a great fucking day to me. I don't know about you. Yeah, that sounds like what I'm doing today. What was my point of this? Does he have any more monster movies? I'm going to say no. And I'm going to stick to that without going back to his filmography, which I have open on my phone right now. I'm closing it. I'm going to say no. And I've seen a lot of Jim Carrey movies, and I can't wait to be proven wrong.
My last looks, why does Jim Carrey do this movie? Well, he's got his first big lead. He's got his first lead in a big movie, I should say. This isn't Rubberface.
Yeah, this is a big movie. It made some money.
He's not even the lead of that anyway. This isn't Copper Mountain, you know? It's a $3 million movie. It presumably a Hollywood-type production. He gets to be the star. He's even willing to do it even though he doesn't get to do his usual Jim Carrey things.
Yep.
So
he sneaks in a De Niro.
Gets that one in there. It actually was pretty good. His face kind of did it.
Yeah.
Did the young De Niro. So maybe his finders keepers that got him the role. Maybe his stand-up circuit was helping him meet people. I'm not sure, but good for him.
I have to interrupt you for 1 minute.
Well, I'm done, so you're not really interrupting.
Okay, well, fine. What? Is he just doing Taxi Driver? That's the most famous De Niro at this point, right?
Oh, you talking about modern-day De Niro, you mean?
Well, I'm talking about in 1985 when Jim Carrey is on set and he's going to do a De Niro impression. What do you think
When's Raging Bull?
1980.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm just saying he's not jumping to my favorite De Niro impression, which is, I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just fucking with you.
That's old man De Niro, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I always go to old man De Niro because that's what I'm most familiar with. Yes. Let's wrap this up.
All right. I'd like to thank Lev Van Rensselaer for minding those audio boards and keeping the sound so slippery smooth. I'd like to thank Joe Vekeman for stopping by.
Oh, thank you.
And I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill. You can find my features, documentaries, short films, video essays, animations, behind-the-scenes footage, and so much more at QuixoticUnited.com and social media, presumably with a similar sounding name. Thank you all for listening. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night.
Like a virgin, touch for the very first time. Like a virgin, your heart beats both in time. Gonna give you all her love. Her fear is fading.
Listen, I think we gotta talk about the elephant in the room.
Uh-oh.
Godzilla X Kong's massive box office success.
Oh, is it crazy? I know their opening weekend was pretty good.
It was a lot more than I was hoping for. I think they're almost at like $500 million.
I don't get it. It's fine. It's just fine.
It's doing better than like the last couple of American Godzilla films.
The last Godzilla film was the American one was right when COVID was like restrictions were like let up.
Yeah.
So I think that yeah.
I don't even know if I got to watch. I think I had to watch that on HBO Max. I don't think they
Most
had it
likely.
in the theater. Yeah.
Yeah, your theaters didn't open up for a long time.
Yeah.
God, those big states.
The silver lining I take away from it is, maybe Godzilla -1 get everybody hungry for Godzilla content, and they thought, wow, this was so good. Let's see what his next adventure's like. That's my hope. That's my one hope.
I think the popularity.
Wow, this Godzilla won an Academy Award for visual effects. Let's check out the new one 1 month later.
Well, if they ever put it on demand or whatever they're going to do with it, it's going to take forever. Just like The Boy and the Heron.
The scuttle for Godzilla -1 is they got to kind of wait for Godzilla X Kong's flow through.
Well, I mean, it's almost gone. Surprisingly, it's almost out of theaters.
Let's see. I don't. Just
at least
keep
in
raking in
Massachusetts.
the stupid ass money. What? Well, how many showtimes you got over here? Let me check.
We have 3 left in Bellingham. And then in Attleboro, they were all gone.
Yeah, well, here in grown-up theaters...
It's not nice.
We still... Framingham, it's got 6 showtimes.
Wow. That's too far away. That's close to Boston.
Yeah, that's why. And over here, got 7.
It's not too bad.
But only 1 in Real D. I didn't realize this movie was in 3D. I bet that isn't a good experience.
No, must be really muddy.
I bet it's here for like another 2 weeks.
We have 1. Oh, they added a couple in. You know what? They might have just said, hey.
It's still making money.
You know what? I feel like someone's talking about it. Add a couple more showtimes today.
Yes. You know what Patrick would really hate? Let's add some more.
Yeah.
So it just was so, like, we had this discussion when the trailer first came out, whatever, let people have the fun. If you wanted to argue Godzilla King of the Monsters was fun, I wouldn't fight you.
Oh, that's nice of you.
If you wanted to argue Kong Skull Island was fun, I wouldn't get it, but I wouldn't fight you. The Godzilla Kong movies are just stupid. They're too stupid to be fun. There you go. You got Mothra bitching out Godzilla to be like, you gotta go help Kong. The world needs you. Godzilla's like, Ugh. And Mothra's like, Godzilla. And he's like, fine, I'll go and do zero gravity nonsense. It doesn't make any sense.
Why does your Mothra sound like Marge?
Yeah. I guess naggy wife, that's my go-to.
Oh, homie.
All right, Mothra, I'm going. Radiation. Oh.
I mean, truly.
I just wish, like, people, I just don't know how, I don't get it. You know, and I'm not taking away their fun, but I don't understand it. When Godzilla's using a smaller monkey as nunchucks, I just don't get how people are enjoying themselves.
Yeah. I'm not, it's fine. It's fine. Hey, 5.3 for Finders Keepers. Boost that up to an 8.3, baby.
I am, though, a little grateful that it's Godzilla X Kong is actually making more money than Black Adam did. So there's that.
Me
That's
too.
Another silver lining. Yeah.
I want The Rock to go back into indie territory. Reinvent yourself again.
Here's what former guest of the cast, Andrew, sent me recently. It's actually not pronounced Godzilla X Kong.
Oh, yep. I was going to... Yeah, go on.
Yeah, listeners at home, the X is silent. You just pronounce it Godzilla Kong. Why? Don't know. Don't have a good... I didn't know the movie was French. They're popular for their silent X's. We got like a Godard blockbuster happening over here. Jeez.
Oh, wow. He would have been proud.
Yeah. Well, yet another stupid thing to come out of that movie.
You're so mad.
You didn't even have, like, Godzilla versus Kong had all the King of the Monsters characters. You just gave up on them.
Yeah.
But you didn't use them that well in that movie anyway.
I don't know about you, but that one is especially bad. Do you think you can offhand rank the American Godzilla movies from 2014 till now? Because, yeah, there's that many from 2014 till now.
You know, only 5 and 10 years, though, doesn't feel like a crazy amount, you know?
There was only one American one before this with Matthew Broderick.
Oh, no. I know. That one's pretty terrible. Well, 2014 one's the best, and then I think it's King of the Monsters.
What?
I do.
Wow.
What am I putting over it?
I would say Godzilla versus Kong is a little more fun.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I think like I was just ranting. I think it's stupid. I think any movie with Kong has been stupid.
Yeah, but
But
think
if you
Kong
wanted to
with his
argue the
toothache-
first Kong was fun, I just can't.
Dan Stevens coming down. Very silly.
Yeah, it took me until the credits to realize it was the gaslit guy. And I go, I liked you in other things. Why are you doing this? Go do more weird German films.
You said Gaslit. I was like, The Guest.
Yeah.
Today is April 16th.
Did you get your taxes done?
My taxes have been done since February 1st.
Well, I held mine off for a pretty long time because I was waiting for some tax forms to come in. But let me tell you, one last quick little bitch about the American tax code while I get in here.
Last? You don't really bitch about it too much. I don't think so.
Well, one last little bitch, and then it happens to be about taxes.
Okay.
My tax guy is walking me through this year's taxes, and he goes, all right, here's what this deduction is, and here's why you had to pay, is what this percent. But and he goes, all right, here's your self-employed income credit. And I go, oh, that's very nice of them. It's like $450. What the government wanting to encourage the entrepreneurial spirit. Good work, government.
Good.
And then he says a couple other things, and then further down, he's like, all right, here is your self-employed tax liability. And I go, what does that mean? It means, well, you get charged a certain amount for being self-employed. And it was like $900. And I went, wait. So there's a tax credit and a tax penalty for being self-employed?
And of course, the penalty's larger.
Yeah. And he looked at the screen for a little bit and went, yeah, I guess so. And in my head, I'm going, just subtract. Just subtract to keep the larger one. Why do we have both? How arcane is the tax system where, like, we invented one at some point, and then later on we said, no, we actually got to penalize the self-employed people, because F those guys, for whatever reason. Meanwhile, as they're going around the next year doing their presidential campaigns, they're going to be like Main Street instead of Wall Street. But also, we're still going to penalize you on your taxes, Main Street. Blah. But just the sheer... and so they were like, well, should we get rid of the other thing? And someone's like, I'm not going and looking through that tax code. That thing's a mess. Just add a thing. It's fine. The computers will figure it out. They're both in there still. Just get rid of one. Just do math. Why aren't we mathing? I don't understand.
Why aren't we mathing?
Why aren't we mathing? That should be a t-shirt, right, Lev? Just, what the hell happened to them on the front? Why aren't we mathing on the back? See if anyone gets it.
Crap.
No context, just that. That's it.
The listeners will get it. All right, I'm going to let's do the thing.
I want to rock.
Ain't the Rock Johnson?
No.
Yeah, I think so.